Good morning, guys. Check it out. It's crazy how it could be so insanely windy at night, and then the next morning it's completely like calm out. It's crazy. Yeah, I totally overslept this morning. Oh shoot. All right, guys. There's been a slight change of plans. I was gonna go up to the house to make something to eat, but the house cleaners are here. I totally forgot they were coming today. So I think I'm gonna go to Chipotle. Alright guys, so I'm waiting for Tia. I think Tia's gonna go with me. But what I was gonna say is last night I think I told you guys I like had that coffee at night. I didn't get to sleep until like 3 a.m. So like I like totally overslept this morning, and then I got the vlog up late. So yeah, sorry about that. But the good news is I finished writing that song last night, so I made pretty good use of my time. Chipotle, Chipotle, hey, Chipotle, Chipotle, hey. Alright, peace out, Chipotle. We get ours.
We get ours.
Alright, so Tia just taught me a new I guess a new phrase or a new word. I don't know. What is it, Tia? M-O?
Yeah.
What does M-O stand for?
Modus operandus.
And can you explain that to the viewers?
It's like when a serial killer kills someone, their MO is like their style of killing. So, like if they chop up body parts, that's their MO.
But it could be for anything.
But it could be.
It could be like every time I go to Walgreens, I gotta clap my hands 3 times, like bam, bam, bam.
It's not modus operandus. It's modus operandi.
Operandi.
Now I'm looking up the shrimp.
And then Tia taught me something else about shrimp. Why don't you tell the viewers about that?
They have like a poop tube that you have to get rid of the poop before you cook it.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's disgusting.
Gotta take out the shrimp's poop before you eat. So think about that next time you're eating shrimp. Alright guys, I have never tried the pinto beans at Chipotle, so this is gonna be a pretty historic moment. Oh, a historic moment for me. Hey guys, what's up? So I was leaving my house and like I hear like a voice like, hello, and I'm like, what the heck? So I turn around, like some ladies like on my street going door to door trying to sell like some sort of like, whoops, better put my phone down because there's a cop up here. Whoa, they're doing some like filming on this street right here. I don't know if you can see behind me, there's like a bunch of like trailers and trucks here. They're always filming on this one street by my house. For a little while they were filming like CSI episodes every once in a while, and then like one time they filmed like a Tyga music video, and like it's mostly TV shows. One time they filmed a McDonald's commercial, but like this one street they're like always filming on that one street. Okay, sorry about that distraction, but yeah, so she's like talking about how they're like their companies like employed by ex-gang members, like kids who like dropped out of school. Basically it's like they're trying to keep like kids off the street and stuff, and like I think that's like great and everything, but like she just made me like 5 minutes late to go pick up Alyssa from school because, you know, I stood there and like I was trying to be polite and I listened to her whole spiel. Like she caught me at like not the best time. I was like in a rush trying to leave my house, and then she's like standing there giving me this whole spiel and demonstration on like how this cleaning product like can get rid of like a Sharpie stain. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And then she's like, and I was like, oh, well, no, thank you. I actually have to leave right now. And she's like, well, you get it today. I was like, well, do you have like a pamphlet or something? I could like order it if I want to later. And she's like, well, I mean, you can get it right now. And I'm like, okay, like that's already like a little funny. Like I don't like when they're not even willing to give you like a business card or something. It's a little strange. Like stuff like that kind of like raises like red flags with me. Like it makes me feel like they're like running a scam or something. Like for all I know, like the lady was like legitimately like working for this charity organization, but like just the way she did it was just like really weird. Like okay, well maybe you should carry some business cards or like a pamphlet or something, like people could order the product if they want to. Because what happens to, like, when I see that, it's like, oh, they don't want to give me a pamphlet, they don't want me to, like, call the company. Because what if I were to, like, call the company and they're like, no, we don't have door-to-door salespeople? Like, that's like the kind of thing I think about. It makes them look illegitimate. Hey guys, what's up? So I'm down here in my room. It's around 12 at night. I'm probably gonna go to sleep in a minute. Sorry I didn't have like too much interesting stuff today. Like, so since I didn't, have a lot of interesting stuff to vlog today, what I did a couple days ago is I wrote down vlog discussion topics for days like this when, like, I didn't do a whole lot. I would have like something to talk about. So one thing I wanted to talk about is buying stuff at Guitar Center. If you're a musician, you probably definitely know what Guitar Center is. It's like a big instrument store, like, corporation. It's a chain. They have them like everywhere. And I just wanted to give you guys, like, if you're kind of new to playing music, I wanted to give you guys like a couple tips about buying stuff at Guitar Center. One thing, and this might be one of the most important things to learn about buying stuff from Guitar Center, the people that work there, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm probably around 90% sure that they work off commissions. So, like, if they sell you a guitar or some product, I don't think it really matters what it is, they'll get some sort of commission from that. So that's why the sales associates, or whatever you want to call them, salespeople in there, they're somewhat aggressive with their sales. Another thing is, because they're commission based, I think there is some room for negotiation of the price of items that you buy at Guitar Center. And I will give you an example. So I have this pedal train pedal board case, which is right here. This is what it looks like. To protect, it's basically for when you're like transporting your pedals. Like, if you look in here, I have my pedals in there. It's to protect them from getting damaged, because pedals are like really expensive, so you want to like protect them. Okay, so the price of this case was $120 at Guitar Center. So I went in there with my friend. My friend also bought one, and like my friend like loves like negotiating and like haggling and stuff. So he was like, hey, so like I buy a lot of stuff here. He's like, is there anything we could do on the price? And the guy was like, yeah, let me see what we can do. And they brought the price down to $90. So he saved $30 on the pedal case. So a couple days later, I wanted the same pedal board case, and I went with my friend. We went in there. I was like, hey, I want to get this pedal board case. But, my friend came in here the other day, and he got it for $90. And luckily, it was like the same guy that was working there at the time. Or he wasn't actually helping me. He was like the manager. So the manager was there, and like another sales associate was helping me. And I told him, I was like, yeah, my friend bought it from that guy over there. Like, he went and talked to them. Long story short, I ended up getting the pedal board case for $90 also, which is like, so I saved like $30 on there. So whenever you're going to Guitar Center, you're buying something that's like kind of expensive, especially with like guitars and stuff, like you can usually talk them down in price, especially if you're buying something expensive like an amplifier or like a guitar. They're gonna want to make that sale, so you could be like, yeah, I don't know, like $700 for a guitar is pretty expensive. I'll give you $600 or something. I'm just like throwing numbers out there. Maybe that's kind of a big discount, but like maybe like $650 or something. You can usually do that. And another thing about buying stuff at Guitar Center is, there used to be, at the Guitar Center near my house, there used to be this one particular guy that would always be there whenever I would go in, and he wouldn't always like help me out the best. So like I usually didn't like it when he would help me, but I would be nice to him and be like, okay, whatever. Anyways, when I first bought my Epiphone SG, let me just go, I'll pull it out in a second, but anyways, when I first got my Epiphone SG, I went in there because I wanted to buy a hard shell case for my guitar. And I have another Epiphone guitar. It's an Epiphone Dot, And I did buy a hard case for it at Guitar Center for, I believe it was like maybe like $70 or something. And this is it right here. Let me just show you guys real quick. Alright, so this is the guitar case I bought for that guitar, and it is shaped to the shape of, because you know you can buy guitar cases that are shaped to the guitar, or you could buy a more generic shaped guitar case, which is usually just a rectangle, and that can fit a variety of guitars. But okay, this guitar case is shaped to the Epiphone Dot. This guitar case was made for that guitar, and I paid about, I want to say I paid about $70 or $80 for it. And that's for an Epiphone brand guitar case. Okay, so then a couple years later, I bought my SG, and I went in there wanting to buy a hard shell guitar case for my SG. And that guy I was talking about, he was working there that day, and I was like, okay, let me just show you. Okay, I'll show you guys in a second. He was working there that day, and I went in, and I was like, oh hey, I want to get an SG case. And he's like, alright, let me go show you where they are. And he like showed me, and like they had one, but it was like I don't even remember how much it was. It was expensive. It was like maybe $150. And I was like, whoa, $150? I was like, oh, do you have any cheaper ones? He's like, no, not shaped to the SG. We have these more generic ones. And I was like, oh, okay, how much are those? He told me like $90. And I was like, oh, $90? I was like, that's also kind of expensive. And he's like, well, how much were you willing to spend? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like $70 or something. He's like, oh, you're not gonna find anything for $70. And I was like, oh, in that case, it's okay. Like, I didn't want to buy anything right there and then, because I didn't want to spend more than that on a guitar case, because that was a lot of money for me. And I'm walking out the door. He's like, hey, but I can sell you one that's not fitted to the SG. And I was like, no, I want one fitted to the SG, because like the other guitar cases, you know, the guitar can move around in there, and like I just wanted a snug guitar case fit to the SG. Long story short, I went home. So okay, mind you, he told me, you're not gonna be able to find a guitar case for $70 to fit an SG. I literally went home that same day, went on the Guitar Center website, okay, and found an SG case for $50. And this is the one I got. It's right here. Fitted to the SG. Oh. Okay. So that's my case. This guitar case was $50. It's a generic brand. It's not it actually, I don't even think it says a brand name on it. But I mean, it's fitted to the SG. It works great. I've had it for years. It was a little cheaper because it was not the Epiphone brand, but it works like perfectly fine. Like I would say the quality of it is probably just as good as my Epiphone one, and like it was perfect. And like the guy, the worker at Guitar Center, he could have easily like checked the Guitar Center website and seen that they have them. But you know, what I'm trying to tell you is like, don't always like buy what they're saying, because they're trying to make a sale there and then so they can get the commission. So it always helps like if you go home and do your research before buying anything from Guitar Center. Especially if you're like new, you'll get taken advantage of, and like you could like save some money if you just do it this way. And like what I had to do is I had to order it online, and it got to my house in, I don't remember, maybe like less than a week. I just wanted to like give you guys a couple pointers about buying stuff at Guitar Center. Basically, like, do your research before you get talked into buying something. Usually if they're trying to talk you into buying something, like, I would definitely like maybe go home, do some research online, do some research before you go into the store, know what you're buying, and yeah, just know there's like, if you're buying something really expensive from Guitar Center, there's like a little wiggle room for negotiation with the price. Just remember that. So anyways, just wanted to help you guys out a little in case you're interested in buying musical equipment from Guitar Center. Alright, I'm gonna hit the hay. Good talking to you guys. Good night. Peace.